come in, sir?
Please do.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. You are Nitin Chandrol.
Yes, sir.
Please take a seat, Nitin.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
So, Nitin, brief introduction from your side, please.
Sir, I am Nitin Chandrol. I am born and brought up in Mandla, Madhya Pradesh, and I did my undergraduation from IIT Bombay from computer science. After that, sir, I was working for 2 years in Goldman Sachs as an analyst role. After that, for 2.5 years, I was working in Dubai in a trading firm as a senior analyst role. And then I was doing some teaching gig with my brother in my hometown in GVN Academy, and post that I am preparing for the civil services, sir.
So, very diverse kind of experiences you've had, but after such a promising career and with the background of with such a professional background, what has driven you to the civil services?
I think, sir, so I'll say from the corporate, it was a two-step transition. I left my job for my teaching experience. So basically, my brother and I, we both decided that we will open an academy in our hometown. That is the GVN Academy we opened. So in the corporate world, sir, a sense of purpose was lacking for me after some time, and so I joined the GVN Academy. I was teaching in that. So while teaching an IIT JEE batch there, sir, I came to know about various socioeconomic aspects along with the life and the governance. So for that, sir, from there I had a motivation to join civil services for better public service delivery.
So this GVN Academy, it prepares candidates for JEE?
Yes, sir. I was specifically taking a batch for IIT JEE, but currently we run it in a school model. So basically, when we started with the competitive exams, but we saw that the students we were getting, they were not well prepared. So we focused on the schooling then. So currently we run majorly the schools from class 1 to class 12. And we can say as a tuition, but I don't like to use that word. It's more holistic approach of development where the children come, they study, they are guided, they play, and they are guided for the scholarship exams as well.
Right. So it is entirely possible that sometime you'll branch out into the civil services itself, right? And you'll take up candidates who are like you.
Thank you, sir.
Anyhow, now coming to your mathematics background, can you give me some input about the most famous Indian mathematician of the modern age?
I would say, sir, the Ramanujan will be the person. I think, sir, in terms of his studies in the series, the infinite series or the prime numbers, is very significant. I was reading about the pi number and its extension yesterday only, and there was a lot of debate, or you can say that the competition in the world, that who is the one who will get the fastest converging series. So one of the important contribution of his was to find the fastest converging series for the pi value.
When I came here today to this institute,
Yes,
I came in a taxi which had a number 1729.
1729. Yes, sir.
Can you tell me the significance of this?
1729. Just give me a minute, sir. I think it's square or cube of some numbers. I am just going to recall.
It's linked to what we have been discussing.
Yes, sir. It's a 1729. It's a prime number.
Okay, we'll talk about it in detail when we come to the feedback.
Sure, sir.
Meanwhile, I would like to have your definition of corruption in the context of public affairs.
Yes, sir.
How would you define corruption?
I think, sir, I'll follow the OECD definition, and I align with that definition, that when person for their self-interest and the vested interest, they use their position of power. So that is the basic premise of
They
corruption.
misuse the position of power, right?
Yes, sir.
So
Misuse.
there's a school of thought. There are people like Samuel Huntington, for instance. They said that actually corruption greases or it's a lubricant which greases the wheels of government. So to that extent, how would you react to that?
I think, sir, in corruption, there's one side of corruption which is kind of known as a speedy money, that it takes the processes faster.
Speed money.
Speedy money. Yes, sir. So Yeah, so in terms of that context, sir, the person I'm not able to read about him, but I'll read about him. But in that context, sir, it has been said many times that the corruption is that grease which moves the wheel. But that is the only one context, sir. In the longer run, if we see that, it kind of devoids the person of their efficient and effective public service delivery at the core level.
Right. My final question to you, have you heard of the term Citizens Charter?
Yes, sir.
What does it stand for? Which country did it originate? Any idea?
I read about it, sir, but I'm not able to recall the country.
It originated in the United Kingdom. Now,
Okay.
coming to its contents.
Yes, sir. So, sir, Citizen Charter is basically a detail of services, their standards, and the rights of people which are given to them by the government for particular service. Currently, I think the banking citizen charter or the post office citizen charter have been, I will say, not great, but I'd say like a limited success they have seen, where in every post office we see that what are the rights, what are the services the post office will offer, and if there is any if there is any obstacle, then there is a grievance redressal mechanism there, they can use that. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep. First of all, I like your fancy shirt.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yeah, it really makes my day. It makes me cheerful. Well, it reminds me of my youth, and in any case. Yeah. We will be going to elections.
Yes, sir.
And we know the power of AI
Yes, sir.
and the fakes or deep fakes and its utility in the virtual world.
Yes, sir.
Now, can you please tell me the 4 ill effects or problems
Yes, sir.
AI can cause during elections,
Okay.
and at least 3 benefits of AI that can be harnessed and garnered
Okay.
to ensure well-informed elections in the country?
Okay, sir. Sir, the first I will say the deepfake. The deepfake as a form of AI. We have already seen, like few years back, there was a deepfake of ex-chief election commissioner questioning the basically the validity of the machines, EVMs. So that we have already seen. Second is, sir, I will say the fake news and its regeneration and the spread of that. That could affect. Yes, sir. Third, in terms of AI, sir, I will say, sir, in terms of jobs as well, like the kind of jobs we had in terms of election campaigns, right? The guys who are putting posters or doing rally, now they are being replaced by the social media or AI-driven platforms. That is the third one, sir. And
So this is the advantage or disadvantage of
I'll say
AI?
from the job perspective,
No,
disadvantage.
First you. Okay.
Disadvantage,
Okay.
yes.
It will displace jobs.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Yeah. And fourth, sir, I will say the understanding of AI itself for the people, like at the grassroots level, they are not aware that any post they see in the WhatsApp and everything, they see that this is the correct information. So the AI generated information and its fact correctness, that is the issue as well. On the positive side, sir, I will say the kind of campaigning has changed. The Facebook AI platforms, the way they are campaigning, and the AI, we get the data as well, right? So over the past, like what kind of constitution she had, what voting percentage, and what inclinations. So AI kind of gives that platform to prepare for the elections. So one is that platform, and second is the expenditure. So the campaign expenditure can be limited because by social media AI you can reach masses. That is the second. And third, I will say, sir, the AI form of chat GPT which has come, I think that again will help in the election preparation or the memorandum, or the, we can say, what company's campaign should be. So these 3.
But don't you think that all these LLMs,
Yes.
they have inherent bias? And do you think relying on them would be a good practice for a well-reasoned paper for elections or a election speech or a memorandum?
I would say, sir, I think we should use a hybrid approach where we can take the first method of content from the ChatGPT or LM models and then refine it based on our personal need. Why I am saying that, sir? Actually, there was a recent incident in AI related to trading, where actually that model was trained on the basically the communication and the trade orders. So it was told that these were the insider trading orders, you shouldn't do it. But later when we asked LLM model that would it trade on that, on an insider information, it said yes. So the ethicality of an action, that is a big issue for the LLM models.
Yeah.
And the second is, sir, the unexplainability. Like even the who has created the models, they are not able to predict or explain.
Right.
So because of that, I think I'll go with the hybrid model.
Okay.
Which, yes.
Yeah. My last question to you would be, you are from Madhya Pradesh. You have switched 2 jobs.
Yes, sir.
You made money in Dubai,
Yes, sir.
no doubt about it, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you thought, let's go back, have a wonderful time, cushy time,
Yes, sir.
and that failed. The experiment of GVN
Yes, sir.
failed to give you any intellectual satisfaction. Am I right?
No, sir, I will not like to call in that way. Obviously, the switch might seem like that I didn't enjoy that, but it was a combined dream of my brother and I. So we are pursuing it. He is holistically taking that, and I am supporting him in the financial manner or the planning and the whatever strategic decisions we take.
So money is yours.
Yes, sir.
Money and motivation is yours.
That's one part, sir. Yes.
That's one part.
Yes.
Okay. So you are his angel investor. Okay.
can say that.
Now tell me, if you were satisfied there,
Yes, sir.
you have shown your fickle side.
Okay, sir.
First Goldman Sachs, then trading company, then this, and now you are aspiring to become a civil servant.
Yes, sir.
Where would you end? What is your life goal?
Yes, sir. I think, sir, in Dubai job, that sense of purpose was lacking for me. For me, I think I wanted to impact on the lives of the people, the needy ones especially. And from that, I took this journey.
How many free children are you teaching at your academy?
So currently we have 180 students. A few of them come from very vulnerable backgrounds, so we don't charge. Maybe I can say 10 to 20 will be that number of students.
Not even 10%.
Yes, but even for the others, the fees we charge is around 500 rupees per month or 1,000 rupees per month. So that's very, I can say, affordable range, sir.
Anyway, thank you. Yeah.
Nitin,
Yes, sir.
computers engineering, and you have worked in Dubai
Yes, sir.
for more than 2 years.
Yes, sir.
What has been your experience of the work environment in Dubai vis-a-vis that in India?
Yes, sir. So I think, sir, if I compare my experience in India in Goldman Sachs versus experience in Dubai in altitude trading, the first major difference was the Goldman Sachs is a big
Speak a little louder.
Sorry, sir. The Goldman Sachs is a big investment bank who has been established for more than 100 years. But altitude trading was a small size startup which came just a few years back. And the second is, I think, the firm size. The Goldman Sachs is around like 12,000.
Now, these are difference between the companies. I am
Yes, sir.
saying work culture.
Yes, sir. So in terms of work culture, sir, I think in Goldman Sachs, the responsibility or the niche was very well defined, that this is the project you need to do and this is how you need to excel. And any help I need in terms of infrastructure, any software,
Okay.
that was there. But
Fine.
yes, sir.
What technology has enabled something like cryptocurrency?
Sir, it's majorly based on the blockchain.
And blockchain comes from which part of computer science?
I would say, sir, the database side.
Okay, what is data mining
In terms of the blockchain, sir?
in terms of computer engineering or IT technology?
So data mining, or the colloquially we call it like the web crawling, is sometimes like we fetch data across different platforms which are available online, and we kind of collect data holistically to run our
Okay.
models, yeah.
So cryptocurrency, is it valid in India?
Yes, sir.
Is it a legal currency in India?
Sir, you can trade in cryptocurrency, but it is not a tender legal currency. In terms of like someone can deny you trading in a cryptocurrency, and he has no legal right to go to the court that how he denied.
What is the future of cryptocurrency?
I think, sir, in cryptocurrency, the blockchain has a high potential. So we have taken that side and built our CBDT, the central bank digital currency by RBI, and it's in the initial launch phase for wholesale and retailer. So I feel, sir, a side of cryptocurrency will come in form of these CBDC, and many countries are launching.
But why should have faith in cryptocurrency? It doesn't have any legal base. It doesn't have any value. It is not based on any commodity. So what is the ethics of a cryptocurrency?
I think, sir, the decentralized model that not one country or not one central bank is controlling the whole economy of that particular currency gives the huge plus to the cryptocurrency from other perspective. Like we have seen in case of dollar in US, the way dollar was printed for stimulus packages, and we saw the Feds was increasing the rates, and it had many effects on the whole, we can say, the world level. Like the FPI is moving out of the India. We've seen that many banks like Silicon Valley Bank went down. So the centralization is the main issue. Which
So would you say that cryptocurrency is an alternative world global currency as against the US dollar?
no, sir. I think given the volatility of the cryptocurrency and the liquidity, I think currently
Exactly. So how do you control the volatility of cryptocurrency?
I think, sir, at some level, basically, if there are being new cryptocurrencies being launched, so that the volatility can be controlled, there have been cryptocurrencies.
No, I am not really satisfied, but anyway, tell me, do you know the rule of 70?
Rule of 70, 70?
70. Rule of 70.
Sorry, sir, I'm not aware.
How many years does a country take
Yes, sir.
to double its GDP?
It depends on the growth rates.
Okay, so if the growth rate is 7, how many years will it take
To double the GDP.
to double the GDP?
7% wise. Just give me a minute, sir. It's a compound interest formula. So.
No, that is why rule of 70 has been made.
Okay.
70 by 7, it will take 10 years to double the
Yes,
GDP.
sir, 70 years, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What is the criteria for a country to be named as developed country?
So there have been criteria by IMF for LDC, mid-level and developed countries, but I'm not aware.
$13,000. What is the GDP of India right now?
The current terms are $3.7 trillion.
No.
No.
In the real,
2.7.
not in the real terms.
I'm saying,
nominal
okay, per
terms.
capita GDP?
Per capita GDP.
Per capita GDP of India.
About $2,300.
$2,300, yes.
He mentioned
$2,300.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah. So, how many years will it take for India to become a developed country?
If we go by the logic of doubling, sir, and at the 7% rate,
Yeah.
I think it will be more than like 250 years.
No. By the time you retire, if you are into the civil services,
You will.
you will. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
All right. I've gone through your DAF and I was wondering if I were you, I would have had a startup, with your kind of background for guiding and mentoring the students at different levels.
Yes,
And maybe you would have satisfied all what you are looking at. You would have been a happy and satisfied person. Why didn't you think of a startup like that?
Yes, sir. I think in terms of model, that was one idea me and my brother are planning. But sir, I think I looked at civil services as a broader platform which affects more lives and more sectors of the life.
I
So
don't agree with whatever you
Yes,
become in civil servant.
yes, sir.
You won't be able to affect more lives than you could have done by that startup. Anyway, let's come to. You see, there was a statement made by the president of USA some time back that Indians are running US. Indians are also running India. Why is it that Indians are not running India and India is still poorly governed?
Yes, sir. This statement was, I think, the strong presence of Indian diaspora in,
No, that is
in the
okay. I am
USA.
asking you, why is it that Indians are not running India and there is poor governance still visible in India?
I think, sir, if we have a comparison with USA, we are still a developing country, and I feel we are on the right path, sir. We are improving. I think the macroeconomic indicators are there. Obviously, inequality is one of the challenges, but I think, sir, we are on the right path. So I will not say that.
Acha, in connection with the coming elections now,
Yes, sir.
tell me honestly, as a computer science man,
Yes, sir.
that can an EVM not be hacked? EVM? Is there anything on this today with the technology and sophistication available to human mind which cannot be hacked?
Sir, in terms of probability, we say that the probability of hacking is very, very low, because the reason is it's not a centralized system.
But it is not zero.
Yes, I'll not say it's zero, sir.
This probability is not zero.
Yes, sir.
If it is not zero, that means the probability of hacking an EVM is there.
Yes, sir. But sir, we have safeguard placed on that places. Like we have VVPad, right? So currently, like 2% of machines VVPad are being checked. So we have safeguards, and I think these safeguards can ensure that the machines are. And there have been checks on the machines.
I'll make a statement and I request you to comment on that.
Yes, sir.
A corrupt nation can never become a rich nation.
Yes, sir. I think.
Who
Sir,
are the vulnerable people in any country like us?
I think, sir, in currently I'll say the farmers. They are the one who are giving us the food
Who are
security.
affected the most by corruption?
Most by the corruption. I think, sir, I will say the low income people who are highly dependent on the public service delivery like health, infrastructure, education, but corruption doesn't lead to the effective and efficient service delivery for them, so they are the most affected.
Do you think the moral courage of the civil servant of today is going down, and that is why people have started calling it the rusted steel frame?
I think, sir, there have been cases of corruption at bigger level where
Moral courage is not only corruption. Moral courage is standing up to a wrong order, unethical order.
yes, sir. So I think yes, we have seen some cases, but I think, sir, by these fringe cases, we shouldn't call that the moral courage of overall civil services.
No, overall, of course. I mean, there are a small number of people who are responsible for this kind of decline. All right, now he asked you a question about data mining.
Yes, sir.
In relation with the knowledge, the building or developing knowledge repository,
Yes, sir.
what is the role of data mining?
I think, sir, the first is the crawling of the data from the different resources.
Okay.
Second is the summarization or the translation, because many times the languages, it's mostly on the English based internet, but there are very local people who want it converted to their local languages. So second is the translation step.
Yes.
And the third is the summarization. I said many times the information conflicts might be there, or information is very vast, so the summarization. So these three steps mainly used.
Thank you, Nitin. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, Nitin.
Good evening, sir.
You come from Mandla,
Yes, sir.
Madhya Pradesh.
Yes, sir.
Tell me about the historical heritage of Mandla.
Sir, historical heritage, it goes back to around 15th century, where the king Sangram Shah, he established, it's said that he established. Later, few major names or the leaders, I would say, is the Rani Durgavati, who ruled from that part of the country, who was contemporary to the Akbar and who fought against him as well. The next major leader who came was the Avanti Bai. Avanti Bai fought against the British in the 1857 war, and later that the descendants of the Shah dynasty, the Hriday Shah, he established a Moti Mahal in the Mandla, which is still there. So that was the major historical history related with Mandla.
Okay, and you are a computer science graduate.
Yes, sir.
Are you aware about Internet of Things?
Yes, sir.
Why Indian government does not uses IoT?
By Indian government?
Does not uses IoT.
Sir, I think there have been work on the private side. The startups are coming with IoT. I think one major direction I want to go in IoT is the smart grid or the smart metering in the home, because given there have been a question that soon there could be a power deficiency in the country with rising demand. So I think IoT as a form of smart grid, smart metering and smart appliances, we can save electricity and that could give us a more power surplus.
Tell me the problems with IoT. There was a government, state government,
Yes.
who started using IoT and then they stopped due to vulnerability. What exactly were the problems?
I think, sir, as an individual users, many times we are not well equipped with the technology. So it's vulnerable to hacks, right? So we have seen that many IoT device can be controlled by Bluetooth. So let's say you are sitting in this room, but that device being controlled outside by some hacker. So these are the data privacy challenges are the major issues as of now. But I think with the robust cybersecurity frameworks, we will be able to improve the IoT.
Interesting. Can you tell me the back end of UPSC website?
Back end of UPSC website.
Front end as well.
So front end mostly HTML, CSS and JavaScript.
And the back end?
Back end I haven't looked, sir, so I'll not be able to I haven't
It's quite
seen
visible from the footer.
I think, sir, Java and JavaScript have been used. No, I'm not sure, sir.
Okay, why Indian government websites are not safe? They have been so many instances that they got hacked. What you can do?
I think, sir, in terms of attacks, like we had faced DDoS attack in the past or the network congestion cases. So in terms of that, sir, I feel that we need to open our website to open challenges. Like even when Google, Facebook, they come up with something new, they use this zero vulnerability day, that anybody come and hack this, and we want that. So I think this kind of challenge can be used, that this will robust our technology, that we are the best, because the rising cases of cybersecurity, we have seen that the AIIMS hospital data portal was hacked. There was a nuclear plant in Tamil Nadu which was hacked. So we see that such incidents increasing. So I think we need to use the knowledge from the private side as well to improve our websites.
Don't you think, Nitin, it will create chaos? Let's say we open UPSC websites for reporting the bugs, and somebody hacked it and released a notification that this year we will hire 2,000 IAS officers. It will create a chaos.
No, sir. So what I'm suggesting is in the hackathon model. So when you release anything, you in a hackathon model you propose it. It won't be the completely live to everyone. The people who are participating in the hackathon, they will see that version and they will try to find vulnerability in that. So post that only we will release to the public.
Okay, last question, Nitin. You yourself and your brother are working for this GVN Academy.
Yes, sir.
What's the full form of this?
Sir, they are initials of my parents and family. So G stands for Geeta, V for Vinod, and N for other members of the family.
How Indian education system failed us? So a vacuum was created, and then the coaching institutes came.
Yes, sir.
What happened? Tell me, step by step, a brief history of it. What happened? What all happened wrong?
I think, sir, in terms of brief history, I will say that there was a lack of infrastructure and teaching assessment at the ground level, at the rural level specifically, right? And many times we had a higher significance on these competitive exams, that the role of competitive exams were higher, but our education, school education was not aligned with the our competitive exam. I'll give an example that the vector triple product, it's a part of the JEE syllabus, but it's not taught in 11th, 12th class maths. So this disalignment is there. And that's the vacuum I think the coaching came for. But I think, sir, the overall one thing I want to work on, I'll say the curiosity. I think that is something we are not able to develop, but the recent NEP framework which involved that the FLN program, that the foundational learning and the numeracy. I was discussing with my mother that now the primary kids, they come, they do activities, they fill their workbook, they are happy, they don't have exams, they play around and they are learning. So I think initial ages we need to drive this activity based learning.
Okay, Nitin, thank you.
Yeah.
So that brings us to the end of our formal interaction. Nitin. How do you think you performed?
I think, sir, it went decent, but the questions sir asked on the maths, that I should have answered correctly. I think that.
So when is your interview?
Sir, date is not announced yet.
Okay. So let me just quickly tell you that this being a test of your ability to perform as an officer, it's different from just the question and answer knowledge session.
Yes, sir.
So firstly, your dress.
Yes, sir.
It has to be. You can't have a printed shirt. It has to be just neutral color, right?
Sure, sir. I'll change.
Yes. And the
Thanks for the remarks, sir. Yeah.
and your shirt has to be buttoned properly.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Top button is not on.
Yes, sir. I
Your-
think this shirt was tight, so I just tested.
Your
sir.
shoes will be aligned to your. You should be wearing black shoes.
Yes, sir.
Don't sit in the stiff posture.
Yes, sir.
Sit. See, you have so much going for you.
Yes, sir.
That kind of a background, people would kill for that kind of a background. Huh?
Yes, sir.
And don't worry about the questions which were, sometimes they're designed to throw you off guard and see how you cope
Yes, sir.
in an adverse situation.
Yes,
Huh?
sir. Yes, sir.
So, and I must say to a very large extent you answered everything properly. So, you should be high on self-confidence.
Thank you, sir.
You should be high on poise.
Yes, sir.
And just a few things which you need to take care of, DAF related questions like 1729.
Yes, sir.
It's
I-
Ramnanjam Hardy's number.
Hardy's number. Yes, sir. I after he
And
asked.
I gave you a hint also. I said it's related to what we've been talking about.
Yes, sir.
So you need to pick up these cues. Huh?
Sure, sure. Yeah.
And in the time which is left, please take about 100 of these A4 size sheets.
Yes, sir.
Build up a question bank. Questions
sir.
are going to come from your CV, DAF. Related questions will be there, current events and your subject, job profile. These are
Sure,
the
sure.
4 areas.
Sure.
Build that up. Then on each topic, do a deep dive.
Yes,
Come
sir.
to grips with the topic,
Yes,
and then reduce it to 4-5 bullet points in
Sure,
order
sir.
of priority.
Sure,
And
sure.
then practice.
Yeah.
There's no reason why you shouldn't get through with flying colors.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
All the best.
Sir, one question Colonial sir asked about
Yeah.
that why don't you go towards the edtech side? Like, why didn't you start? Sir,
Yeah.
what should be the best take because on that?
No, I
What the way
can't
I-
guide you on a startup, but
Yes,
I
sir.
was wondering where your kind of background and your interest in coaching and guiding and mentoring.
Yes, sir.
And so much is happening in the education sector.
Yes, sir.
You know the kind of people who are coming for all kinds of, and the tight job market,
Yes,
people looking for job,
Yes,
and
sir.
there's so much happening on that. I thought that was a virgin area to explore. There is so much you could do in that. Serve the society what you want to do, as well as make money. Making a life and making money, combination of that.
Yes,
You know, that was ideally, I thought it could be done there.
And the answer lies in what I explained to you.
Yes, sir.
The answer is that is a very good career.
All the best,
What
sir.
you have done, what you are doing is very good career. But what is important is you want to become part of the India's growth process.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
very good.
I want to be internal.
During your entire life, from now onwards, till the time you retire, India will be progressing at a speedy pace.
Yes, sir.
And you want to be in that position. IAS and other civil services provide you that opportunity.
Yes, sir.
That is the answer to anything of this nature.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Any other
Got it.
question?
No, sir. I think. Thanks.
All
a
the
lot.
best to
Yeah.
you.
Thank you, sir.
And don't squirm if you don't know a particular question.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Like I was throwing you off balance deliberately.
Okay.
So I found that you withdrew. Don't withdraw.
Okay.
Argue well. And sit, go back into the chair.
I think, sir. Yeah, this chair.
No, go back. हाँ,
Initially,
हाथ
I
नीचे
couldn't
रख के
find,
बैठो.
and I wasn't wanted to
टाई
move.
प्रॉपर, टाई प्रॉपर और जूता वूता ये सब नहीं चलेगा.
हाँ, sir. Change. I'll change.
And
शर्ट
not
भी ऐसा
hands
नहीं
like
चलेगा,
this.
है ना?
How
हाथ
do
ऐसे
you sit
रखो.
comfortably?
परफेक्ट. हिलाओ भी बीच में. हिला सकते हो.
अच्छा.
ठीक है?
Okay, sir.
Do well. You know the subject. Yeah, you have been to so many. You must have made so many presentations and
Yes, sir.
impressed people with your numbers
Yes,
and talk.
Yes, sir.
What is there? There are 5 people sitting.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Right? Don't worry.
Yes, sir.
Talk like talking to senior people than you in the management and feel free. ऐसा relax होके बात करो ना जो आप कर रहे हो.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है?
Sir, हाँ.
Okay.
Regarding
All right.
future.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Take care.
All the best.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.